Here at the Kansas City Zoo, the Helzberg Penguin Plaza is going to be opening October 21st. People will be able to see the penguins that we have. I think they're planning to open with a little more than 50 birds. The exhibit is being built so that it could hold up to 120 birds total. But you don't start with 120 birds because our birds will eventually be breeding and we'll be adding to the populations in that way. You'll find that we'll have three species of birds that live in cold temperatures. Their habitat will be kept around 45 degrees, their enclosure. We also have one warm weather penguin who's from South America, the Humboldt Penguins. So you'll have opportunities in the exhibit to see where the penguins are on land, and then as you continue through the exhibit, you go farther and farther downhill until you, at the end of the exhibit, are totally at eye level of a penguin who would be underwater. And so it will be an experience for all of those visitors to experience all the different places a penguin resides.
It's a lot of fun. They all have a ton of personality, and I think that's what makes it like the most enjoyable. And even like within the species, you can see differences in personalities just on the species. Like the Gentoos are definitely like the most playful.
We are getting 4 species of penguins here at the Kansas City Zoo. We're getting Gentoo Penguins, which have the little bonnet on their head. We're getting Southern Rockhopper Penguins, which are noted by their yellow crest of feathers here. We're getting king penguins, who look a lot like the emperor penguins, but are a little shorter. And Humboldt penguins. Humboldt penguins are our warm weather penguin. They actually live on the west coast of Chile and Peru. All these other penguins live around Antarctica. None of them have breeding colonies on Antarctica, but they do on the islands around Antarctica in the Southern Ocean.
And the penguins have been great today, like just going in and out of the water. They've been a lot of fun. Well, they were a little nervous at first, and we kind of coaxed them into the water. We actually had a keeper in the water to kind of be like, it's okay, you can come in the water. Really? Yeah. And that seemed to help a little bit, especially with our little rock hoppers. Seemed to help them feel a little bit more comfortable. But man, once they were in, yeah, they're great. They don't want to get out.
I want you to fall in love with the penguin the first visit you are here and are bringing your kids along. The second visit, you've seen the penguins. We're hoping to engage you as an adult in something a little deeper. Maybe you learn a little bit more about the physiology of a penguin, how their eyes work or how they incubate their eggs. And then the next time you're here, we really hope that you become engaged more in the conservation issues of the penguins. So even that timeline, we're taking everyone through the same learning, but for a second grader, it's going to take several years. For an adult, we're measuring that in number of visits. Penguins have been referred to as being the canaries in the coal mine. When the planet is changing, we're going to notice the change more at those very cold regions because the change is very visible. The ice melts. If it changes a part of a degree here in the Midwest of the United States, we don't necessarily notice it because our temperatures are fluctuating. We don't notice the trend is changing. Ice doesn't melt. We still have rain. But those changes can be seen in the populations of species of animals in the Arctic regions. And so what's affecting penguins is ultimately probably going to affect us.
You know, they're a very unique bird species. I mean, how many bird species swim through the water? Like really just the penguins, you know, are the main ones that do that. And I think that, you know, makes them much more fascinating.
Penguin is an animal that when it moves, when it interacts with others of its species, it's very easy to personify, meaning it looks like a human doing what a human would do if it was in a penguin suit. So we connect to them. You know, it makes us laugh, what their actions are. We can laugh, everything that they do, we can pretend it's us.